Welcome to this video about how to call the doctor's office, okay? So people that are learning English and people like myself who have been speaking English my entire life, it's my first language, it makes us anxious. Sometimes it makes us nervous still to call the doctor's office. Usually the receptionist, that's who picks up the phone and sits at the front desk. They are very busy and they talk very fast, okay? So I created this slide to help us all prepare for when we call a doctor's office. What might they ask us? What should we be ready for? Okay. Speaker one is me or you, the caller. Receptionist is the person working at the office. So if I'm calling, I could say, hello, I am calling to make an appointment. Say why you're calling, okay? To make an appointment. The receptionist says, okay, what is your name? And I tell them, my name is Kendra Steele. Can you spell that for me? Okay. Be ready in English to spell your name letter by letter. Okay. It's very difficult to hear over the phone, and there are many words and names that are spelled different than how they sound. They even ask me to spell my name. Okay. So can you spell that for me? Yes. My name is Kendra, Kendra, Steele, Steele. So you notice when I answer the question, I say the name. So I said my first name, Kendra, and spelled it. And then I said my last name, Steele, and spelled it for them. Okay. Different offices sometimes want your first name or your last name. So I give both. Additionally, if you have a name that is not a traditional, I guess, English name, you have multiple parts to your last name, for example, say that so that they know, okay? My name is Kendra Lauren Steele. I have two last names, two words, and then spell it for them, okay? You know better than anyone else what your name looks like in their computer, okay? So make sure that you give your legal name and the one that they have. So when you did paperwork, if they took just one name, one part of your last name, give them that. If they do have correctly all of the parts of your last name, make sure you explain how many words they should listen for and then spell it for them. Okay? That's important. Your name is important. Then the receptionist will ask, can I have your date of birth, please? This is how they usually say it, but it means your birthday. Okay? Now, in my English classes, I tell people they do not have to say the year they were born. Lots of times in regular conversation, we don't want people to know how old we are. It's just a part of American culture. We don't like to share our age. But when you're talking to a receptionist at an office for healthcare, you need to give your entire birthday. This is how they identify who you are, different from anyone else in the computer that might have a same or similar name. Okay? So you can do this two ways. You can say, yes, my date of birth is July 8th, 1989. Okay? You have to give the year. So give the month, the day, and the year. Or you can say the numbers. Yes, my date of birth is 7/8/1989. Okay. Now, if you use the numbers, you have to make sure you do them in the order that we use them in the United States. Okay. Let me get a pen here. So my birthday is July 8th, 1989. Okay. So you need to be sure that you do the month, then the day, then the year. This is unique to the United States. Many other countries switch these two. Okay? Start with the month or start with the day and then the month. If you're calling a doctor's office in the United States and you want to give it by number, make sure you do month first, then day, then year. Okay? Yes, my date of birth is 7/8/89. Or my date of birth is July 8, 1989. Okay? Then the receptionist will try to find an appointment for you. Okay? I have an appointment available tomorrow with the PA, which is physician assistant, at 2 o'clock. Okay? It's also important if you're new in the United States to know that you can say no. You can pick a time or ask them to help you find a time that works best for you. If you are making an appointment for your kids, maybe you want it after school or over a school break, a day when there is no school. If you are making an appointment for you, you might need your appointment to go around your English class or your family schedule or your work schedule. So you can ask them and talk to them about that. That's okay, and it's respectful. So the receptionist says, I have an appointment available tomorrow with the PA at 2 o'clock. And I say, ooh, I work until 3 o'clock. Do you have anything later in the day tomorrow? Or next week on Monday works too. So here I'm giving the receptionist my availability, what works for Kendra, okay? And they will look in the computer. Oh, next Monday we have a 10 o'clock in the morning. And I say, perfect, I will take that. Thank you, okay? So again, you can practice this with a partner, or you can just read through and practice how you would spell your name, say your birthday, and negotiate, right? Discuss a time that works for you to have an appointment. But these are some of the questions that will be asked if you call a doctor's office. Thanks for watching.